Hey you guys, today I'm making a two-tiered cake, and this one is a very simple, elegant design. So I'm going to bring you along and talk you through step by step on how I achieve this look. For this cake design, we're working with two different size cakes to achieve that two-tiered look. And so for this base cake, which I'm filling right now, we're working with an 8-inch super tall style. And so we have 6 8-inch by 1-inch cake layers. And we're filling those with my vanilla buttercream, and then we're going to crumb coat that. So what I like to do is I will frost the top of the cake and then work from the bottom to the top with a thin layer of frosting. You can do this with whatever frosting you're using. I just recommend something that's stable and sturdy enough to keep a cake together. I love to use my vanilla buttercream frosting. It's an American buttercream and it's very stable, and so I don't have to worry about the frosting melting too much. Now for the top tier, we're using a 6-inch cake, and so we have 4 6-inch by 1-inch cake layers, and we're doing the same flavor, and so we're going to go through the same process by filling it with my vanilla buttercream and then my chocolate ganache. Once we're done crumb coating that, I'm putting both of these cake layers that I just crumb coated into the freezer, and I'm going to let them set up and get really cold. I like to let that frosting get solid to the point where it's an easy base coat to work with. Once that cake was done, I got it out of the freezer and I poured my black chocolate ganache directly over that frozen cake with that buttercream frosting, and that's going to help give a really good smooth application to my chocolate ganache. To make this chocolate ganache, I have the recipe on my website, so you can go and check it out. And all I did differently was add a Chef Master black food color. When working with a chocolate ganache, you already have a really deep, dark brown color, and so I didn't have to add a lot of food color to this, so you don't have to worry too much about staining. I like to use my chocolate ganache just like my buttercream frosting, so once I've poured it over the cake, I clean it up by smoothing out the edges with a cake scraper, as well as trimming off that top crown with an icing spatula and making all of the corners sharp. I did this with both of the cakes. Once I was done applying that chocolate ganache and smoothing it out, I put it back into the freezer to set up that chocolate for another 10 to 15 minutes. And once that was done, it was time to decorate. For this cake design, they wanted a pretty flat black base cake to work with, and then we added some extra florals and a string of pearls to just finish out that look. And so with these two tiers together, I love the way it turned out.